And now, our feature presentation.
Are you ready for this? Bum, 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 bum.
You're gonna get the truth. I will pre-warn you, you might not like the truth. We were in a very tight-knit family. April 26th, 2010, that's the day that we adopted Natalia. We had no idea what we were dealing with. She's not 6.
She was an adult. You could just tell. And I'm like, whoa.
Natalia was told her new birthday at the orphanage in Ukraine. She threatened to stab my sons.
I definitely didn't feel safe around Natalia.
You've adopted a kid and now they're trying to kill you. I mean, it's the stuff of a horror movie.
She tried to poison and kill my wife. One night, I opened my eyes and Natalia is standing at the foot of the bed with a knife in her hand.
She's tiny. These stories don't make sense.
You just don't know the true Barnetts.
The prosecutors went to Ukraine.
Слышишь, тут приехали молодые люди насчет твоей Наташи.
To track down Natalia's biological mother.
I'm charged with 2 counts of child neglect, is that correct?
Maybe there's more than one villain in this story. Michael accuses Christine of beating Natalia.
My mom is definitely not 100% innocent.
Bye-bye.
You lied because she told you to lie.
Yes.
It's like a Rubik's Cube. Just when you think you have it solved, you find out you don't.
We were all abused! I hate this.
Did you want to hurt them? It's all gonna come to light.
It'd be very good if you just quit talking. We're in deep, deep trouble.
Well, kicking down the stairs, we said we're not going to say, right? Oh, still have my microphone on.
You got a seatbelt? Buckle up.
What's up, people? This is the second episode of In Search Of, where we're trying to find a good documentary, movie, docu-series, TV series, whatever. So today we're going to talk about the curious case of Natalie Grace and Natalia Grace. Was that Natalia?
Mm-hmm. Well, her name is Natalia, yeah.
Yeah. So,
right? Is it Natalia?
It's Natalia. I think it's Natalia Grace, yeah.
Yeah.
So, obviously, in this thing, I play the trailer beforehand, but it's a 6 episodes so far documentary. And it was, in my opinion, pretty goddamn good. I
was surprised that shit was actually on TV. Like, it was out way before I realized, like, anything because of HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so when I looked it up to see when the second part comes out, I was like, oh, this shit is actually played on regular cable. It was just that I don't have cable, so I don't know shit. I need to be seeing it on streaming.
Yeah, I was just streaming it too. But just to finish the intro, because I almost forgot this. Obviously, it's me, Nick, my co-host for this podcast, Marissa, and then Andrew from the other podcast that this spawned from, which is Sight Beyond Sight. So Andrew actually put me onto the documentary, and yeah, I'm kind of happy about it. So what do you guys? I'm not going to talk about every individual episode. I guess we could talk about like what happened, but going through every.
First of all, I just want to say this: I think everybody's a liar. Everybody's a fucking liar, and the dad is a sociopath.
I think so. I feel bad for his son, and which we'll get to, which is the autistic son. That's a smart like he's a Rain Man.
Nah, he was.
And his fucking life is ruined because of crazy parents.
Yes.
And I don't know. Do you think the dwarf is a liar?
I don't think she's a liar.
I think she's a liar, but because she had to lie. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like because she had to lie from the beginning, from before she even was adopted. Do you understand what I mean? Like when she was adopted, she was given to one family.
But if she was really 6 or younger.
Yeah. No, they already said the mom was over here hitting her like if she was like a U.S. government person. Like, give me.
Yeah, when he reenacted what he saw, I was like, this dude is full of shit.
Yo.
Like, there's no way she was pounded on this little girl like that. Her legs would have been brittle and broken. Fuck that shit. Such a fucking lie.
I haven't laughed at someone so much since Tiger King.
He's very much so like Tiger King.
Yes.
No, his facial expressions were way over the top. I don't know how his lawyers took him serious. I seriously don't know how his lawyers.
That's why I agree with you. A sociopath, they could do that, and you could tell from the very last scene, from the very last episode, the switch on and off that he could do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he keeps saying his wife is a manipulator, even though she was a hoe. When I saw those titty pictures, I was like, this old ass lady doing.
This
was
an amazing documentary.
Other small people. She was soliciting other little people.
I know. That's why I want more episodes, because I want that little guy to be like, I'll tell everything. I don't care, and I got a big dick.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
But I feel like there's going to be allegations of sexual assault with her. There's going to be
abuse, all of that.
But the reason why I think that she's a liar too is the accounts from the neighbors.
That's
you
what
understand what I mean?
Yeah.
When she came over and she started it's one thing to be a child, because at that time she would have been 13 years old, so you're a teenager. Yes, you're traumatized or whatnot, but you're still a fucking teenager.
Yeah,
so
but even before that, in the insane asylum, they were saying she was doing that.
Yeah. So so I think it's a combination of she's fucking crazy. They got a crazy kid.
Yeah.
And she ruined their perfect life.
I don't think they had a picture perfect life.
No, to the outside.
Because that motherfucker supposedly was rich.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, they were gonna do some crazy shit to someone. Like those people.
Yeah, that's true.
There was no, they were not normal.
No, but I think they specifically got a disabled child, thinking that it was going to make them look like rock stars. Look at this perfect family,
even
and how wonderful they are, and how wonderful. Look at them taking in this special needs girl, and blah blah blah.
All right, let me just summarize the whole fucking thing. Just for people listening to this, is what the fuck are you talking about? So
that's why we want you to go watch it. Watch it.
So basically,
you should
from the trailer, from the trailer, you'll see, and if you ever seen that horror movie Orphan, is I think the movie was based on this account, but
no, because it did. Orphan came out way before this shit happened.
Did it?
Yeah.
Before the documentary.
Yeah.
Not before the whatever was happening. Because
it
was too accurate. It was way too accurate. The movie could be, but anyways, these like my sister was saying, picture perfect family. They adopt a girl that has dwarfism, but they never
dwarfism.
It's like a shady, I guess, adoption agency in Florida, and they never see the parents. They just give her the girl, and it's whatever. So you can't really tell the age. They take her in, and the first 3 episodes is more on the parent side, meaning oh, this little girl was fucking crazy and she lied to us. And they say that because apparently the mother's saying that she had pubic hair and she was supposed to be 5 or 6 at the time, and she was going on a period, so she's older than she says, and then the mother hates her, and then she's ending up at the end of the bed with a fucking knife, saying, I'm going to kill everybody. I'm going to kill your sons and all this, because this family had 3 sons. And then from there, they kick her. They bring her to an insane asylum, and they say that she keeps messing around with the inmates and trying to sexually doing stuff. And then once she gets out of that, they bring her to have her own apartment, because they bring her to court to say that she's lied about her age and that she's really 20 or something like that.
22.
It's 22.
Yeah, so they were just all right, now you live on your own, but they only paid the rent, and they didn't do much, and then they moved to Canada for the autistic son. It was just it's a really fucked up documentary. So the first 3 episodes is basically saying this little dwarf is a liar, she's crazy, she wants to kill people. Then the second half, which is the last 3 episodes, was basically, no, the parents are lying, because then you find out that the mother was cheating on the husband. That's fucking crazy. And showing, like you said, the titty pictures and the pictures of her vagina and all this stuff, sending it to dwarf people. It's fucking nuts. And then husband says, I finally got rid of her, and blah, 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 and I can't see my other sons with the oldest son that has autism lives with him. And then he's recounting saying that the mother was the abusive one. And then it's just a clusterfuck. It was good though. It was a good clusterfuck. It was fucking good. But that's a basic summary. Like basically.
Yeah. And by the way, the Orphan came out in 2009. This all started in like 2012 or something like that.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Then that's crazy. Then that's crazy. Whoever wrote The Orphan's a fucking same person who wrote The Simpsons that tell the future.
Yeah.
It was funny watching like the lawyers when they were talking about everything in the case.
Yeah.
Like how they were reacting and shit. Because I was just really waiting for them to be like, "Yeah, you're going to jail, man." Like,
I felt like that's what the one guy.
You know what made me laugh when he told the dude to put down his donut.
Yeah, he was just like, "You gotta take this shit seriously, man." And they're like, "Oh."
Damn it.
I'm like, why do they keep that in there? That's so weird.
Because this whole documentary was like, I think, because it was even like the part where he talks about like pushing the dwarf down the stairs, like pushing her down the stairs.
Oh, with the little that's the only part I felt bad on because he was autistic.
Because like they just was like, fuck it, we're gonna keep it as raw as possible. Like, because they kept a lot of just random shit in there.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't think
I felt because I felt really, really bad about that part. And like he told this story about peeing on the bed. Yeah. And you can tell like it's hard for an autistic person to lie. It's very difficult. They don't lie very easily. So you can tell he was like so fucking stressed out.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he's truly autistic because when his dad was like showing him the feelings and stuff.
Yeah, he was just like
at him, he was like
with the popcorn bag and he was just like
yeah.
Okay, Dad, whatever. But I think that's also because he knows it's like his dad's fucking that's not how you
he knows his dad's crazy.
Yeah. Like, how do you go from like? It was so funny that there one episode ended and he's bawling his eyes out, and then the next episode starts with him with a metal baseball bat in his backyard.
Oh, I love that bat. That bat was hilarious.
And then he throws it like dramatically, like.
Like,
and how can you take somebody seriously with that bad of a lisp? Like, I just couldn't take him serious.
I thought I was just like, yo. There has to be something, and I know I'm gonna sound fucked up for saying this, but I was just like, he sounds gay. I was like, he sounds really gay.
I thought that was gonna come out. Like, basically, remember when the laptop shit happens, when he's like, "How many pieces you want this laptop back?"
Oh yeah, before he's seen the midget. Basically, I tore that ass out.
Like whatever they cut out of that part, like what they don't let you like hear what was said or whatever.
I think the midget was just saying how the mother solicited the dwarf girl to him.
Yeah.
So I think that was the thing, and that's what makes me think the dad was in on it because he threw. He's like, I don't want to listen to it like right away. Like, why would you want to listen to it? And that's your. I know you don't like the girl, but if that's your quote unquote daughter and your mother, and the mother is supposed to be manipulating, then you shouldn't know anything about this, and you should be like, yeah, see, I told you that fucking bitch is crazy, but no.
No, but I think what's to be revealed, like, because there's got to be more. Like, it's not.
There has to be more. There has to be more. It's not over yet.
I think they're gonna reveal that he molested the little girl.
I think so too, and had probably the other boys do it.
Yeah.
And
because the other boys disappeared. They don't even show the other sons.
Well, because they're still underage.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, and on top of that, I don't think they want much to do with the documentary because the wife doesn't either.
Yeah, and they're with the wife. Remember?
Oh yeah, and they're with the wife.
They just show her texts.
Yo, the texts were crazy.
Crazy
too.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the hell talks?
I just like that too, like how they show it, the text and the picture simultaneously. She's like, she withheld sex from me because she knew how that would work, and then they have the picture of her like, you won't get this, like. That works on you, you fucking chump. Like, how are you rich and have a Lamborghini in your fucking driveway and you're that much of a chump? Like,
And then he was like, oh, this doesn't even work anymore. I probably never will get it to work again. Then why haven't you covered it, bitch? Like, that shit's gonna get rusty and fucked up.
Motherfucker, you have a Lambo in your driveway, you could sell that shit if it really didn't work. Bullshit. Yeah. He probably doesn't. He couldn't write it off as a tax write-off.
But then what's funny too is his mom is like, she's
delusional.
No. But the mom is like Yeah, one time, I told her to get down from a ladder and she screamed at me and she told people that, like basically confirming that the wife was fucking crazy. Yeah. But this is where I feel like everybody's telling a little piece of the truth, but also lying at the same time. Does that make sense? Like overall, everybody's a fucking liar.
I don't think the autistic kid lied yet, but
no, not the. I am not counting.
You can't lie. It's not possible.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. No, I don't think he lied. I'm saying I think that everybody else around him is lying, though.
No, I agree with that.
I think the only ones really telling the truth are the neighbors, because what the fuck do they have to gain from not telling the truth?
Besides the one that took her in.
The one who took her in is some shicey shit. Did you see how many people were living in her house? That was some shite. Yeah, I'm gonna take your EBT card and we're gonna transfer over your Social Security.
Get a little 6-month come up.
I was getting mad at the one lady that has like 10 kids or some shit, and she wants to adopt, and she lives in a little shitty house.
Yeah,
she had like the piercings, but all the crosses in the background.
Oh,
that was crazy.
And she was like,
that was crazy.
That looked like a horror movie right there.
I wouldn't even say nothing. I just punch him in the face. And at first, I was just like, "Shut up! You don't know what the fuck he's going through." And then the next episode was kind of like, "Oh, the dad's crazy." And I was just like, "I get you, but shut the fuck up! It's like not your business." Like I just look.
Why are you so passionate about it?
Yeah, like get out of people's business. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be Mr. fucking superhero. I used to think that way, but now I would just look at it, but like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And once they tell you, like, no, that's a dwarf. It's not a little, like, I would get it, the neighbors at first, like, damn, they left a little girl here? But once you then realize, like, oh, no, she has dwarfism. And then it's just like, oh, okay.
But even you can see the difference between how she spoke when she was in that apartment, from the videos that he took.
Yeah.
To the way that she spoke during the deposition, her voice is completely different.
And she did grow a little bit. You could tell she's more of an adult. So that's why when the real mom came out, was just like, no, she was born in 2003. They're like, oh, so that makes her 6. So that made me think, were the parents lying about the pubic hair and the period?
Oh, definitely were.
So I was just like, damn. Then I started feeling bad. I was just like, oh.
But remember what happened with the doctor?
Holding the knife at the end of the bed. But even when they were doing that, I was like, why don't you get rid of her? You adopted her. You could always take them back, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't know. But
can't be
I'm thinking
no
like
return policy.
No return policy is signed off. So I was just like, why aren't you like looking up the place you got her from? Why aren't you calling them up? Like, what the fuck is going on? Why aren't you like stressing that out? That wasn't a big point of contention. It was just like, she was threatening my family and my sons and my wife, and she's standing at the bed and she's lying to us. Like, why would you deal with all that?
Yeah, but then like the other family that had dwarfism that went to adopt her prior.
Yeah.
When they went to go like pick her up, remember? And they were like, "There's no way that she's walking through this gravel. Like, we're having a hard time walking through this gravel. There's no way her with her disease, with her fucked up feet, that she's walking through this gravel."
Yeah.
Right? And they were like, "This is weird." And then they immediately were like, "You're gonna have to pay for her surgeries." And they're like, "Nah, I'm good with that. I'm fine." But like, so they saw red flags in the beginning.
Yeah.
And like, that's why, like, part of me is like, so do people use this little girl for like their own means, or is she part of it too? Like, it's hard to decipher how much she actually knew and how much she was.
But what would she get out of doing all of that? Like,
yeah,
what did she actually get? She was stuck in a house by herself as a kid, not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
like so there's a lot of like weirdness to that as well.
Yeah. It's a lot of it is so confusing, and the way that she acted, like I said, I don't know how much of it is trauma and how much of it is like, was she really more adult than she said she was?
Well, that's what gets me too, because the only accounts that I could think about now were just what the neighbor said, and then the insane asylum.
Yeah.
So I was just like, damn, you were in an insane asylum and you're pushing up. And I don't know. Like, I know girls mature a little bit more faster than men when it comes to like young age and shit with puberty, but like six.
I don't know. She wasn't 6 when she went into the insane zone. That was a couple of years later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was probably like, if it goes by what she said, she was probably like 9. You know what I mean?
She had the apartment first, and then she went to the insane asylum.
No, she went to the insane asylum first.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, it was the other way. All right.
Yeah. And what I was thinking is, if she was really like sexually abused, that would make sense.
Yeah. Damn.
That would really make sense.
That's true.
So you never know. Like it's so bizarre. The story is so bizarre.
It is, but it makes it interesting because that's honestly, that's one of the documentaries like I had to watch in 2 days because I was up. Like I don't want to go to sleep too late, and I was like, damn it. I was just like, all right, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm just interested in what she's gonna say on her half, like when the second part comes out.
When does the second part come out?
It says in the summer, so I'm assuming probably between July, August, something around there.
But they can't do too
When
much.
I Googled it, that's what it said. What happened?
Yeah. They can't do too much because the movie almost was up to date. It was like 2021 or some shit like that.
But it's,
court and all that shit. So
yeah, but I don't know how much shit they talked to her about, like, you know, like interviewed her when they interviewed her. So it all depends on what she said and what she tells.
Yeah, and the wife doesn't want anything to do with like the whole thing.
She looks bad all around.
Yeah,
I wish she did was in it.
What?
It would have been awesome if she was in it. Like,
yeah.
Well, you
she sounds like dumb. She sounds dumb as shit.
She does, but I was just in my head. I'm like, she doesn't even look that good. How is she manipulating all these people? And I don't feel bad for the midget guy because I think he's fucking hilarious. He's like, yeah, I was in a fucking band.
No, the midget guy was cool. He was chilling.
Yeah,
I like that guy. He was confident. He was
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to court because I ain't getting in trouble. And I'm gonna tell the fucking truth because I have nothing to hide.
You ain't pinning no sexual assault on me. I'll tell you
I got the tape to prove it. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I hope that guy really does. I hope he is good. I hope.
But what amazes me is the amount of times people record shit. Like, they recorded a lot of stuff. Like, who does that?
They have a recording of the girl, like, with her head against the wall. That's how I know, like, she had to be a little kid. Like, that's a midget. That's like a kid-sized midget. But they had to do it like the
can always be retraced. So even if you delete it from your phone, it's still out there in the fucking dark web somewhere, and they're gonna find it. So that's why was like the pictures and the text messages. She could delete them all she wants, but it's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah. All you have to do is call the phone company. They keep records of all that shit.
Yeah. So that's just funny to me too, because it's kind of like I really want to hear her side. Like, fuck you guys. Like the second fight. Like, fuck them.
Oh man, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm not a slut.
I don't know. I don't know. It just seems very odd to me that there were so many like video recordings and voice recordings of just.
You know how she could turn it around? She could say, because if you look at all those pictures, some of them look like, because she had two hands doing stuff, that somebody else is taking it. So she could easily be like, no, he told me to do this.
Yeah, because like especially like there was a picture in the bathroom and there was like a couple other pictures. I'm like, who the hell is taking that picture of her?
Mm-hmm.
She got a selfie stick.
No,
she had both hands free.
Yeah.
Put the timer. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Throw it in the air.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
That's a good documentary, though.
I know.
Yeah, HBO Max got some good ones. Like, because I was sick this past weekend, so I got what was it, Saturday? I was just up watching random shit, watching mad documentaries.
What was the other one you told me about?
I watched the one with the two Canadian killers, the Ken and Barbie, they called them, whatever. And then there's another one that is called How to Create a Sex Scandal, where the lady, whatchamacallit, basically she adopts these kids, whatever, and she basically convinces them to tell a lie saying that their parents molested them at this swingers club that was in town, that they had in the town. Wow. So this whole thing, like, so basically they got all these mad people that end up in jail basically off of some bullshit. And while they only do like 4 years, to be honest, though, like the parents and shit. Like,
it's amazing to me the amount of time that people do for sexual assault.
No, but the thing was because they the prosecutors and shit let them out. Like they only were like, all right, they only did 4 years, blah blah. I forgot what was the reason why.
If you really like watch some documentaries and people who do get caught for some shit, if there's no violence involved, like if it's just straight up sexual assault, I think it's like 5 to 10 years. It's like really?
I don't know, because the other dude that didn't get released out of everybody basically was doing life, and he died in jail innocent. Honestly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like because they basically got the grandparents, they got the regular parents, and then they got a friend of the family and some random dude that he was like, I never even went to that county before.
All off of a lie.
Yeah, and basically the lady, they said the lady was lying because she would adopt kids, and the more trauma that the kids that go through adoption go through, the more money that the family gets.
What?
So she would make them tell lies and shit, so she would get more money. You know what I mean? So that's why she told them to be like, oh, like, you've been here before, da da da. Like, that's how, like, she was telling them. Like, they interviewed the kids, like, after, like, they had the kids in the doc. Yeah. And they told like, nah, she brought us here, da da da. Like, but you could see when they doing the interview, when they're kids with the cop, like, I don't know. For me, once I seen it, I was like, it's weird. Like, they had the parents in the room with the interview, because she's in there and you can see that she's like kind of coaching them to say certain things. Like, you know, like,
I don't think you're allowed to interview minors without their parents.
Yeah, but it's like a funny way. But you could just see like the way she was like guiding to say certain things. Like it was prepped. Yeah. Like it was really all pre-prayed. Yeah.
What was the one that you were talking about, Marissa?
Taking Care of Maya.
Taking Care
it's
of
on
Maya.
Netflix. I was telling Nikki it's about this girl who has like a rare illness, and her mom is a nurse. They found a doctor that basically said that they could help with like it's kind of like an experimental thing. They put her on ketamine, and because she had like pain like all over her entire body, and her feet were starting to turn in and like crazy shit. So they put her on this ketamine thing. They did a ketamine treatment in Mexico, and it seemed to have worked. But then after a while, the parents couldn't afford him anymore because, you know, the insurance is not going to pay for an experimental procedure. So she was doing good for a while, but then she had like a relapse, and they took her to the hospital. And then, of course, this is Florida, because Florida medical fucking sucks. They basically said that she was a victim of Munchausen's, wound up getting the mother's parental visits revoked. Basically, they went through this whole shit with the court, and I'm not going to give too much away because some of it's kind of shocking. But what the family winds up finding out is they're not the only one that went through this with the same exact hospital, with the same exact doctor. So it's like it was like a pattern. Oh, and so now the family's like suing the hospital, and it goes through all the court depositions and stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's really interesting. And it really I'm like, I kind of get it. Like, I get that,
turn off your phone.
Shut up. Sorry. I think the problem is the mom did her research. she's a nurse. She pretty much knows what she's talking about. So she wants to be a part of her kids' medical care, which should be, allowed. But because she pissed people off, they made her seem like she was a fucking nutbag. You know what I mean? And on top of it, she's from shit. I forget. She's like either from like the Ukraine or something like that. So she has like a heavy accent. So they were trying to like push her off as like being like, oh, this pushy broad or whatever. And the husband was a little bit more laid back. So then they start fighting about like, you need to fucking calm down and just let them do what they have to do. I just want to see my daughter. And his thing was, I just want to see my daughter. Just like let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. And she was like, fuck that. That's my daughter. Like, I'm not going to just sit back and like let this shit happen. And part of me is like, damn, how far would I actually go to be like, fuck this shit. I'm taking my daughter out of this hospital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, can they really arrest you for pulling your daughter out of a hospital and be like, fuck you, I'm going to another hospital?
I don't think they could.
I don't think they could.
I would have went in there, ripped the fucking things out of her fucking arms, grabbed her up and be like, we're out, bitches.
At the end of the day, you could just discharge, like, yo, we discharge you, we're leaving. That's it. Like, I want to leave.
So, but it's a very interesting, very, very interesting documentary. I have not finished watching it. I think I have like 20 minutes left of it. So I'm kind of interested to see where it goes. But it's definitely one that we could talk about also.
All right.
I just want to watch
well, I like this documentary, and I hope people see it, and I hope that there's more of it.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
So
I
we
guess
could do a part 2?
Yeah, I would definitely do it.
So what are we rating it, guys? Out of 5 stars, right?
Yeah, 5 stars.
No, 5.
I'm going to say 5.
I give it a...
Go ahead.
You get 5?
I give it a 5, yeah. What do you have, Ninja?
See, now I'm mad because I'm like, I wasn't going to give it a 5 because I feel like it was missing just one little thing.
Yeah, I was going to say a 4. I was going to say a 4.
Yeah, I give it like a 4.5 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I need the other half. I need more.
I need the resolution because if the resolution pisses me off, then it's going to get a lower rating.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I'll give it a 4 then.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Marissa?
4.
4. All right. So we give it a 4, but that's only because the other half didn't fucking play yet. So anyway, like, subscribe, and comment if you want us to review anything else that you know of that's pretty good. And do the same for our Psyche on Site podcast that we are in the same network. So peace out, people.
Peace out.
Go there right now.